AOC has just ended her entire career. We have had a long time coming. It's a good day to be me, specifically, because it turns out all of the people that I dislike are also disliked by God, because God hates liars. Now, before we actually dive into it, you have to remember, there are no blue states. There are red states, and states that don't check for voter ID. Now, anyway, I wanted to show you my favorite AOC lie before diving into the newest shit. This is very funny. I absolutely have to show this to you. I have to show this to you because this is my favorite ever AOC lie. And so after this, we're going to dive into the current context where she tried to impeach Trump. Trump clapped back at her. She is a gigantic bitch. That part's not news. And the actual news aspect of it is she lied about her whole backstory. She literally ran for Congress and was elected to Congress on a completely fabricated backstory. The entire history that she has come up with for herself is all fake. Literally all of it. Lock in, boys and girls. This is going to be the greatest ride of your life. I do not like her. And after the next 30 seconds, you will not like her either.
I didn't think that I was just going to be killed.
Right, this is her talking about, get ready, gamers, get ready. January 6th. January 6th. Oh, Lord. That's like invoking the name of Voldemort. It's the one thing that the Democrats have been crying about forever. So this is what she's saying about January 6th.
I didn't think that I was just going to be killed. I thought other things were going to happen to me as well.
Like what? Like what?
So what sounds like what you're telling me right now is that you didn't only think that you were going to die, you thought you were going to be raped.
Yeah.
Oh!
I thought I was.
Oh! What a dramatic moment!
You now understand, having thought about it, is because of your experience.
Yeah, I think so.
What a traumatic moment. Not only did she think she was going to be killed on the vicious day that was January 6th, but she also thought she was going to get raped. Now, you know the really funny part? The really funny part. I have people in chat being like, how is she pro-Iran? Which she is, by the way. She's pro-Iran. All right, everyone in chat is freaking out, but let me show you the real freak out. AOC was not there on January 6th. A little reminder, this is where the rioters were on January 6th, and AOC was here, a block away. You were nowhere near the riots on January 6th, and which is why I think it's really important to remember this. She's sitting there crying on CNN. She thought she was going to get killed and raped in that order, and you were not there. So, in my opinion, you are a dishonest fuck, and God hates liars. So more and more lies keep getting exposed. Now, before we get into the actual lies, this is Benny Johnson. We'll be watching one of his videos today or more. And this is Tom Homan. Tom Homan is the border czar. He is the one in charge of illegal immigration and putting away the terrorists. So this is going to be really fun.
It's not possible, and I know that's being looked at. I can't comment on past that. I'm aware of it. We've asked ICE to drill in on that case. It's my information that they were actually, can't really comment on. We don't know if it was illegal status or not at this point. It looks like it might have been temporary status, but I can't comment on the case. It's under investigation.
What case is under investigation?
As far as, her educating people how to evade ICE arrest, she's really educating them on how to be prosecuted. Because there are statutes on the books, federal statute, when you knowingly hinder your removal. That's a crime. When you take steps to prevent your removal after being ordered removed by a federal judge, it's a crime. We have instructed ICE to start prosecuting these cases.
God damn!
If you don't want to open the door, and we have a final order removal, if you don't want to participate in getting travel documents for your home nation, you take steps to hinder your own removal, that it's a crime, you'll be prosecuted. So she can claim she's educating people to constitutional rights. I'd argue she's educating many people on how to be prosecuted. You're going to see that happening.
He admitted, and this is really fucking awesome. Really, really fucking awesome. AOC is actually under federal investigation right now. This is actually happening, and this is a glorious day because you might not be aware of this, but there are a ton of people that have recently gotten charged and arrested that were part of the establishment last time. You could definitely check out another video on that. I will also make a video on that probably, but so many people are actually getting cooked for this. And you know who else is? AOC, actually under federal investigation. She is going to jail, damn it! And it's a glorious day. Now, President Trump made a post that I think is very funny. Stupid AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, one of the dumbest people in Congress, fact check, true, is now calling for my impeachment despite the fact that the crooked and corrupt Democrats have already done that twice before. The reasoning for her antics is all the victories that the USA has had under Trump administration. The Democrats aren't used to winning. And she can't stand the concept of our country being successful again. When we examine her test scores, we find out that she is not qualified for office, but nevertheless, far more qualified than Crockett, who is seriously low IQ individual, or Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country. Yet the failed country that she came from doesn't have a government, is drenched in crime and poverty, and is rated one of the worst of the world, if it's even rated at all. Holy shit. Oh my god. How dare the mouse? That's what he calls AOC. Fuck, I can't read this. How dare the mouse tell us how to run the United States of America? We're just coming back from the radical left experiment with Sleepy Joe. Kamala, the auto pen in charge. Oh my lord, holy crap, man. Trump was sitting on the toilet and released a straight banger. What a disaster it was. AOC should be forced to retake the cognitive test that I completed at the Walter Reed Medical Center as part of my physical. As the doctor in charge said, President Trump aced it, meaning I got every answer right. Instead of her constant complaining, Alexandria should go back home to Queens, where I was also brought up. And straighten out, pay attention to that part, and straighten out her filthy, disgusting, crime-ridden streets in the district she represents and which she never goes to anymore. Fuck, this is crazy. She better start worrying about her own primary before she thinks about beating our great Palestinian senator, crying Chuck Schumer. My god. Oh, Lord. Whose career is definitely on thin ice. She and her Democrat friends have just hit the lowest poll numbers in congressional history, so go ahead and try impeaching me. Again, make my day. Trump is the main character. It's Trump's world. We're just living in it. This might be the craziest fucking thing I've ever... This tweet's insane. So anyway, he releases this tweet. Pay attention to where he said that she should go back to Queens. Oh, my lord. She retweets this saying, Mr. President, don't take your anger out on me. I'm just a silly girl. Take it out on... whoever convinced you to betray the American people and our Constitution by illegally bombing Iran and dragging us into war. Shout out to Obama, who dropped 26,000 bombs without congressional approval. Okay, let's just make this very clear. Obama did what Trump did 26,000 times over, except none of it was effective. All right? So she had nothing to say about that. She did not care. So, again, illegally bombing Iran, dragging us into war. No one was dragged into war. That shit ended in, 5 minutes. It only took you 5 months to break almost every promise you made. He actually kept, every single promise he's made. We are currently not at war, so that's cool. Then she does this. Also, I'm a Bronx girl. You should know that we eat Queens boys for breakfast, respectfully. All right, so this is the new tweet. Pay attention. This is crazy. I'm a Bronx girl. You should know we eat Queens boys for breakfast. So he claims she is from the Queens, and she claims she is from the Bronx. Now, if you notice, the original tweet over here has 17 million views. The follow-up tweet, the reply to this tweet, somehow has 21 million views. You'll notice this one was quote tweeted quite a lot because girl from the Bronx, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who beat high-ranking Democrat Joe Crowley, faces questions over her working-class background after it's revealed she grew up in a wealthy suburb north of New York City. Ho, ho, ho! Interesting! And her entire house of cards absolutely falls apart. Hey, at AOC, if you're a Bronx girl, why are you in my Yorktown yearbook? Oh, that's ugly, bro. Oof. Ooh, lying about your entire past. Oh, Lord. So, Benny Johnson covered this. I wanted to see Benny Johnson's coverage because Benny Johnson actually went to Queens, to her old house where she grew up, to expose the shit out of her. So, lock in, boys and girl. We are having a wild ride.
Watch out for the bike one!
Oh, my bad. Oh, should I write them a note?
Oh, no.
Well, how did I do?
How'd you do? I'd say you failed.
Failed? I swear I'll concentrate.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. If you
All
come
right,
for the
let's
king, you best
go.
not miss. especially if he's a king who's already survived like a ton of assassination attempts and missed a bullet for our country. AOC doesn't like that, and she thinks President Trump should be impeached. She said,
bro, it's crazy. I love how they throw around the word impeached. This is unironically, because Trump is the most honest president I think we've ever had. I'll be real. He really is. He's kept every single word that he said.
So, just moments ago.
It was a war, and I think that the President of the United States admitting that he unilaterally brought the United States into a war without congressional approval is a very...
You mean like Obama did 26,000 times? See, this is why it's such a retard politics. Because you don't understand. Trump did this Trump did it once. Obama did it 26,000 times. Everyone complains about Trump. No one complains about Obama. Obama didn't succeed anything. He didn't succeed anything by bombing the shit out of them. Nothing. He just killed a lot of people. I don't know if he actually killed anyone consequential. All right. And here we have Trump. All right. There's no war. The war was won in like 10 minutes.
A grave public admission. It is illegal. It is unconstitutional.
Oh my God, it's illegal and unconstitutional. Bitch, you give advice to illegal immigrants on how to evade law enforcement. We don't care about what you have to say. You have no morals.
And so...
Oh my God, I care about the law and the Constitution now that I helped millions of people break it.
Me, while the president is posting something about a ceasefire, I think what he also posted was an official acknowledgement that this was war. And I think that is something that should be taken into very serious consideration.
She did not say a single sentence. Like her entire speech was garbled and marbled.
That is like the future of the Democratic
she's sharp as a marble, for real.
Party, okay? So this is like...
True.
This is,
by the way, true. She is currently considered one of the top Democratic people.
The queen of the Democrat Party.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Does Trump have the authority to strike Iran? These people are retarded. You don't understand. Iran tried to kill Trump twice. The Department of Justice admits that Iran tried to assassinate the President of the United States 2 separate times. And they were enriching nuclear uranium to 60% capacity. Every country had the right to take that shit out. They are a threat to the entire Western world. It is absolutely retarded that people are losing their mind about this. Like, literally, I feel like this meme gets truer every single day. For my next act, I will make the Democrats defend Iran. Yeah, all these feminists, pro-women rights people, literally all retards.
Does Trump have the authority to strike Iran? Well, let's go ahead and read, shall we, from the Idubbbz in Washington, D.C. From the Council on Foreign Relations, an austere body. His Article 2 powers include the authority not only to order the use of military force to defend the United States and U.S. persons against actual or anticipated attacks, but also to advance important and national interests. Presidents of both parties have deployed U.S. forces and ordered the use of military force without congressional approval on numerous occasions.
Okay, so yes, so he was perfectly allowed to do that anyway.
In addition to his powers granted by the Article 2 and Article 1 of the Constitution gives Congress the authority to declare war, but this authority has never been interpreted by either Congress or the executive branch to require congressional authorization for every military action. Obviously, idiots.
Yeah, obviously he could do it. That's the craziest part. Obviously he could do it, especially because they are a threat. They're a threat to the United States. Oh my lord.
Why don't you read it? Ladies and gentlemen, the only part of the Constitution that AOC has read is impeachment. She's excited to impeach Donald Trump. Make my freaking
these people are actually retarded.
Hey, says President Trump in a wild clapback.
Oh, dude, I fucking love this clap.
Deserves your attention. Here we go. Stupid AOC, one of the dumbest people in Congress, is now calling for my impeachment, despite the fact that the crooked and corrupt Democrats have already done that twice before. The reason for her rantings is all of the victories that AOC has had under the Trump administration. The Democrats aren't used to winning, and she can't stand the concept of the country being successful again. When we examine her test scores, we find out she's not qualified for office, but nevertheless, far more qualified than Crockett, who is seriously low IQ individual.
This is a crazy
or Ilhan
tweet.
Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country. Yet the failed country that she comes from doesn't have a government, is drenched in crime and poverty, and is rated one of the worst in the world, if it's rated at all. How dare the mouse tell us how to run?
Bro. The mouse!
We're just now coming back from the radical left experiment with Sleepy Joe and Kamala and the auto pen. What a disaster it was. AOC should be forced to take a cognitive test just as I completed at Walter Reed
Diabolical.
Medical Center as a part of a physical. As the doctor in charge said, President Trump aced it, meaning I got every answer right. Instead of her constant complaining, Alexandria should go back home to Queens, where I was also brought up, and out her filthy, disgusting, crime-ridden streets in a district she represents, and in which she never goes to anymore. She better start worrying about her own primary because she thinks about beating our great Palestinian senator, Klein.
Dude threw hands with everyone!
On very thin ice.
Oh, my
She
Lord!
and her Democrat friends have just hit the lowest poll numbers in congressional history. So go ahead, try impeaching me. Make my day, says Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's a crazy tweet.
Oh, man.
That tweet's going to be in the history books. That tweet's going to be 2 pages in the history books.
Freaking barn burner. Here we go. AOC claps back. Don't worry,
she
she's
tries.
clapping back. Mr. President, don't take out your anger on me. I'm just a silly girl.
I love that argument. I love when she does this. It's like, you really think this is going to make you look good? I'm just a silly little girl, implying that, the other guy is a misogynist or whatever. Like, dude, no. Yes, agreed. The self-report.
She wants to date Trump and Elon so bad. Take it out on whoever convinced you to betray the American people by illegally bombing Iran. It only took you 5 months to break every promise you made.
Yeah, which promises? Which promise did he break? He said he wouldn't drag us into war. We're not in war. Like, he said Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. They have a lot of rubble. They have a lot of mountains that collapsed. But what do you even want me to say? They don't have a nuclear weapon, that's for sure. He kept all his promises.
Donald Trump, he
promised tariffs. He promised deportations. Fuck yeah, dude.
My day, impeach me. I want to be impeached again. This was really great for Trump's poll numbers the first time. Do it again, sister. Come on, soldier sister.
Oh, God.
Come on, Crockett. Tell us what's up.
Oh, God, I didn't even know she weighed in here. This is like, again, another complete retard.
Saying enough about the Constitution to the extent that
this is the person that said, it's not illegal to enter the country illegally.
I'm the one that's supposed to make the decision or at least get a vote.
Yeah, queen.
Because Ron is telling me. Right. So literally, like,
I'm supposed to get the effing vote. So literally, not so
yeah. Oh my God. Now, this is the guy, Al Green. He actually did run an impeachment attempt. He actually did run an impeachment attempt on Trump and lost. He lost 377 to like 40 or some shit. He got obliterated.
Al Green, Geico Caveman, says, I believe the President of the United States has committed an impeachable act. Later today, I will bring more articles of impeachment to the floor. He's ready. Let's go.
And he lost. He lost miserably.
Today from Trump. Stupid AOC, one of the dumbest people in Congress. Shut up, you pathetic little hypocrite, says Marjorie Taylor Greene. Absolutely destroying AOC. You fully supported our military and intel community running a proxy war against Russia and Ukraine. You voted to fund the Ukraine war under your president with dementia. You don't get to play anti-war and moral outrage anymore. Well done.
Kind of weird, right? Like, this is someone that's pro-war. Okay, pro-war when it's a war that I'm on board for. Pro-war when it's not a war that Trump wants to support. That's a war that she's all for. It's almost like these people are complete losers. Now, this is Jasmine Crockett. I think I've showed you this clip months ago, but this has got to be the best clip of all time.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
Easily the greatest clip of all time. It is not criminal to do this illegal thing. It's not a crime to be doing something illegal.
To call him out. And John Fetterman also calling out his own side here.
Not the possibility. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says
so this is John Fetterman. He is a Democrat.
President shouldn't be impeached because he's impulsive. What do you think of that?
No, I mean, of course, no. She knows it. I know it. We all know it. That's not going anywhere. And
yeah, obviously, this impeachment shit is never going to happen.
He's been impeached twice, and now he's still our president as well now, too. So it's not going anywhere, and I don't think that's helpful. And I think if you throw that term around, that actually diminishes what the severity of what impeachment is really reserved for.
To be fair, that was what they did with everything about Trump. Literally everything. They called him Hitler. They called him a Nazi. They said they're impeaching him for literally everything. These words mean nothing anymore. They literally mean nothing. Bro, you have people, I'm Jewish, okay? And you get Hasan Piker on Twitch going out there and calling me a neo-Nazi. The obvious hypocrisy is insane, right?
John Fetterman has brain damage. Had to check himself into a hospital for his mental and physical health. And he's like the smartest Democrat.
That's crazy, dude. That's diabolical! That's diabolical, bro. Oh my lord, that is insane. Dude had a stroke, had to go to a hospital for brain damage, and he's the only one that makes sense. That's crazy.
And the entire party. AOC, who has this like very feline teenage girl obsession with right-wing men, says she wants to eat Trump.
Oh my god, that's crazy. All right.
Also, I'm a Bronx girl. You should know that we can eat Queens boys for breakfast, respectfully. She's a Bronx girl, okay?
This is crazy.
I'm a Bronx girl, says AOC.
Oh, Lord.
In Bronx, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez faces questions over her working class background after it's revealed that she grew up in a wealthy suburb.
Oh, interesting. Lied about your entire backstory for some clout to make believe, oh, I come from a poor family. I'm just a poor will girl. I'm just a little girl. I'm a dumb, silly little girl. True, but true. Just like the new guy, Mamdani from New York, right? The new New York liberal candidate for the mayor. Let me see if I can find this. I actually saved this. All right, so check this out. So this is the new liberal candidate to become the mayor in New York. This is him eating rice with his hands, like most people do.
The third holy grail of taboos in American politics. You have socialism, you have Islam, and then you have Palestine. And you are really going for the trifecta.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Tell me, why is Palestine a part of your politics?
When you grow up as someone, especially in the third world, you have a very different understanding of the Palestinian struggle.
Yeah, so he's running for mayor in New York because of the Palestinian struggle. You import the third world, you become the third world. But what's really interesting about this, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, is because Mamdani's mother is a world-famous Academy Award-nominated Bollywood director with tens of millions of dollars. His father is a chaired professor at Columbia. He is, in effect, a perpetual theater kid who's pretending to be third world and care about all this stuff and socialism and communism and all that bullshit. But it's fake. It's performative and stupid. It literally is. It is. They are Nepo babies that are cosplaying as people that live in the third world. Again, communists with Gucci bags. It's an entire fucking community. They're all communists with Gucci bags. Literally. It's the craziest thing of all time. So that's exactly what AOC is trying to do here. She's trying to make believe that, oh, I came from the Bronx. I was just a poor girl that grew up in the Bronx. Anyway.
Very leafy, beautiful place that's very expensive to grow up in. She ain't a Bronx girl at all. AOC is now officially the mouse.
True.
AOC isn't a Bronx girl. She wasn't raised in the Bronx.
That's the crazy reveal. The crazy reveal. Why is Palestine a topic for the mayor of New York City? Fantastic question. No one knows.
It's disaster.
Because it's all about the clout and the grift. That's literally what it is.
His decision to bomb Iran without authorization is a grave violation. He impulsively risked launching a war that made dead generations. It's absolutely,
which didn't happen.
Clearly grounds for impeachment.
Dude, everything's impeachment. Everything's impeachment. Literally
Definitely
everything.
No shocks. AOC doesn't appear to have ever read the Constitution. Most military strikes ordered by the U.S. president have been done without prior congressional approval. She either doesn't know this or she hopes nobody will remember.
True.
So she can score a cheap political point. But
True.
we member, and we know Article 2.
We remember Obama dropping 26,000 bombs without congressional approval.
Constitution. And we know what happens when you impeach President Trump. So please, make our day. Do it. Can AOC impeach President Trump for this?
Well, you have to feel for AOC. You're all dressed up for an impeachment and peace breaks out. It's sort of a Marissa.
That's crazy! All dressed for an impeachment and then peace happens. Oh, Lord. Can you name anyone that doesn't want peace as much as the Democrats? That's crazy.
A Tomei moment from my cousin Vinny. What a nightmare. And the problem is that it doesn't make for a very good impeachment, and that's why she was
Yeah, it's like, let's try to impeach Trump. He made world peace.
Struggling. The other problem is that if this is impeachable, you could impeach a good number of presidents going back to Thomas Jefferson against the Barbary Pirates. You would also include Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. I mean, Obama in 2016 alone dropped over 26,000 bombs on countries.
I think that you have to remember this.
Countries ranging from Somalia to Syria to Afghanistan to Iraq. And, there was no suggestion by Democrats that they had to immediately.
They're idiots.
Thank you, Obunga.
But, please just, go do it. Again, go do it.
Yes.
make our day. President Trump's poll numbers go up. Okay.
Crazy.
But the Trump
it is so crazy. It's insane. So anyway, Benny Johnson, he took another step after this. One further step. He said, you know what? I am going to your old house to show the world that you, AOC, grew up as a Nepo baby bitch. Now, she might be going to jail for her help trying to help illegal immigrants evade the law. And she also is completely destroyed reputationally. You don't understand. Apparently she used taxpayer money for dance classes. But this is diabolical levels of hatred, and I am all for it.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bronx. This is where AOC says she's from.
That is crazy! It's crazy! Oh, I respect the fuck out of this, man. This has got to be the greatest slap in the face. All right, the Bronx.
And this is where AOC is actually from.
Diabolical, bro! Diabolical. This is so fucking priceless. Oh my lord.
Welcome to Yorktown, the business hamlet of.
Oh, the business hamlet. And she's the radical socialist. And she's fighting the oligarchy. Ah, bitch, you are the oligarchy.
The Yorktown Heights. There's mansions everywhere. It's beautiful, it's green, it's pristine, it's clean. And they even have a Christopher Columbus Society. I thought
A Christopher Columbus Society, bro. They were trying to take down the statues of Christopher Columbus. Oh my god, you are such a grifter. You are literally such a grifter. It is unreal. Oh my lord, this is diabolical levels of grifting. You don't understand how much of a grifter she fucking is. She wants to increase tax on specifically white neighborhoods in New York. Did you know that? Did you know that she actually wants that to happen? Oh my god, that's crazy. Hold up, let me see if I can actually find this. Mamdani, the guy running for New York mayor, that's currently the selected liberal guy. Let me see if I can find this. Specifically wants to increase taxes in white neighborhoods. Look at this shit. This is crazy. Zoran Mamdani doubles down on plan to target whiter neighborhoods with higher taxes. This is not even like a joke. This is real. And this guy is completely endorsed by AOC. Like, look how insane this is, man. Like, this is crazy. They bring in racism back in a big way.
AOC got all those statues ripped down. Some structural racism right here in AOC's hometown. Today we're going to investigate the biggest lie in all of politics, the fraud.
Fuck, dude.
Of AOC.
Let's go, baby! Oh my god. And she was almost raped and killed by January 6ers. And then this happens? Damn. It's got to be rough for AOC. And she's getting fat. Not Frogan fat, but she's getting there. All right, let's go,
This is the Bronx. The Bronx is a gritty, working-class, hardscrabble, historic borough of New York City. AOC is a communist who represents the Bronx in Congress.
True! By the way, true. Yes, absolutely. She's approaching the wall. Damn, that's crazy. That is such a good double entendre. Because she's getting arrested by Tom Homan, the wall, and she's also hitting the wall.
She's not just a rising star in the Democrat Party, she is the Democrat Party. Clearly,
she is probably the most the person with the most motion in the entire Democratic Party. This is true, by the way. I think it's absolutely important that everyone knows this as a reality. She is massive right now in the Democratic Party. And I don't just mean massive. I mean massive metaphorically speaking. So, obviously, it's crazy. It is crazy, man.
Preparing for a 2028 run, AOC is...
She is definitely preparing for a 2028 run. She was already endorsed by Bernie Sanders, for whatever that's worth. I recently made a video on Bernie Sanders where he humiliated himself. Dude, this year is just the year of Nux winning. All of my arch nemesis are coming out and exposing themselves as frauds. This is amazing. I personally hate communism.
Breaking fundraising records and filling stadiums to hype her Bronx girl persona.
I'm a girl from the Bronx.
AOC won her seat in Congress in 2018 by attacking her establishment Democrat opponent as not being sufficiently from the Bronx.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that she beat her opponent getting into Congress because that guy wasn't from the Bronx enough. And here she is, coming from a rich girl neighborhood. That is evil. Oh my lord!
That a Democrat who takes corporate money, doesn't live here, doesn't send his kids,
doesn't live here
to our schools, doesn't drink our water, cannot possibly represent us.
AOC reflect.
That was her campaign. Oh my lord. She campaigned him. She beat him in the campaign because he wasn't from the Bronx enough.
Repeats that she's from the Bronx and a Bronx girl.
I speak like a girl from the block.
And again.
I grew up first generation in the Bronx.
And again.
Girls from the Bronx are welcome everywhere.
So often that it's almost a...
Oh, look at this. This is like such an obvious performative bullshit. She goes to the fence between America and Mexico to cry. Dude, when I saw this, like, this is the most performative shit I've ever seen in my entire life. No! Not the fence! Bro, she has a thing for walls.
Pathology. In fact, AOC just pulled the Bronx girl card again this week, responding to President Trump, saying she would eat a Queens boy like Donald Trump for breakfast.
I don't think he knows how to deal with a girl from the Bronx.
Something's very wrong here. What functional adult repeats where they're from this often? Someone who's lying. And
oh shit, baby!
Here's the dirty little secret. AOC is not actually from the Bronx. Since AOC was an infant, her family has lived in a beautiful little hamlet called Yorktown Heights.
This is crazy. This is despicable shit. Oh my god, what a fake bitch. What an unbelievable fake. Look at this place.
This little town is the opposite of AOC's gritty, downtrodden, working class persona. It's clean and beautiful and safe. The neighborhood
weird, huh?
That AOC grew up in is well off, leafy and manicured. AOC went to elementary, middle, and high school here. She graduated from Yorktown High, where she went by the name
Bro!
Sandy Cortez. And then she...
No! It's all a grift! It's all a grift! She went by Sandy, but it doesn't sound Latina enough. So she changed it to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She changed it to sound more like a minority as opposed to Sandy, which sounds too American. You've got to be shitting me, man. Actual skinwalker. Oh my lord.
Graduated Boston University with an economics degree. Since AOC is about to run for president, we thought it would be important to investigate the town that gave America its most famous communist.
Honestly true. Honestly true. She is probably the top 2 most famous communists in America.
This...
Also, I'm just saying.
Since AOC...
All right, so this looks like she's arrested. Her hands are behind her back.
Is about to run for president.
No cuffs. No cuffs. To be clear. She's holding her hands behind to make it look like she's cuffed.
We thought...
All right, did you see that? Did you see that shit? Holy LARP, Batman. That's crazy.
We thought it would be important to investigate the town that gave America its most famous communist.
This is not the Bronx. As you can see here, this is the leafy, beautiful Parkway suburbs. Is that a golf course? Oh, it's gorgeous. What a pleasant, wonderful drive. I feel like I'm on my way to Pleasantville. Very much looking forward to finding out where AOC's from.
After a 90-minute drive.
That is crazy. That is actually fucking crazy. These people are traitors. These are people that are coming out here trying to destroy America, that hate everything America stands for, after they were given the best possible life by America.
From New York City, we finally got to Yorktown Heights. Check out this beautiful entry to the city. Trees lining the road.
Dude, I love that he put classical music.
Some mansions.
Bro! This is the opposite of the Bronx.
Beautifully manicured lawns, American flags.
Interesting.
This looks like an awesome place to be from. You get out of the car and you find something like this.
Welcome to...
Dude, what were the cars? What are the cars that people are driving?
The car and you...
Yeah, no, not dented shitty cars like you find in the Bronx.
Find something like...
It's like, I'm from the hood! And this is the hood.
This.
Look, no fentanyl zombies. No rainbow flags. Yeah, no wonder why she wanted to launder her entire backstory.
Welcome to the capitalist horrors of AOC's Yorktown Heights Patriots.
And you don't understand, the reason why she does this grift is obviously because she wants to sit there and yell and scream and be like, I am just like you guys. I am literally just like all of you. I know what it's like to grow up poor and to grow up as a minority where everyone's a racist. I know what it's like when America is against you. I know what it's like. Vote for me. I'll fight for you guys. Actual emotional manipulation. Communist with Gucci bags. She's actually just female Hasan Piker.
State Park. You can see here a Veterans Memorial Circle.
That respect soldiers? Oh, God. Oh, just bury her. Oh, just bury her, bro. Oh, my Lord.
That's been beautifully tended and groomed with a lot of American flags and a lot of honor for our great nation. Really, just a terrifying place to grow up here.
Yeah, dude. Imagine growing up in a place that actually respects America. That's the cardinal sin of Democrats, respecting America.
I hear that there are miles of luscious trails going through the forest here. Boy.
Did he add the bird sounds in the background? There's no fucking way.
You can understand why you'd become a communist growing up in a hood like this.
Yeah, for a grift.
Capitalist swine trying to sell me rhubarb at this beautiful Meadows Farm farmers market that, like, you can smell it. They just want my money, my capitalist dollars. I'm not gonna let them do it, because I'm an angry Marxist, right? This is what blackpills someone like AOC, right?
Yeah, and she's so blackpilled. Imagine growing up and being so blackpilled.
The fresh pies, the fresh fruit and vegetables. You know, could you imagine growing up like this? Hell on earth. Have they ever tried to apologize to AOC? Look at that. No trash, no graffiti, yellow school buses. Disgusting.
Bro.
Okay. So
oh my god, she's getting so fucking cooked.
Safe, so clean. AOC grew up here. Now you can understand. Okay? You can understand where the radicalization comes from. It's too nice. Look at that. Beautiful.
True.
That flagpole right there just makes your blood boil. Let's see what new horrors await us around the corner.
This is diabolical, bro. This is fucking diabolical. And she went on this, see, she's not obviously blackpilled. This didn't convince her of anything. The major reason she responds, don't worry, she responds after this. She actually did respond to this video.
This is where AOC got the idea for the Green New Deal. That's what we'd all be driving in.
Yes!
AOC got her way. Do you understand? She grew up with the horse and buggy. That's what she wants us to go back to.
Damn! She had ponies and shit! I don't know if that's true, but that's hilarious.
Get it? You gotta think like her.
Yeah, you gotta think like, it's all a grift. It's all a grift. She literally lied and laundered her entire backstory, in my opinion, just to get votes from people that think that she's just like them. Literally, she grew up in a nice place and she felt like, all right, now I'm gonna destroy America for some clout.
So depressing. With my made-from-scratch cinnamon rolls, my ice cream. Thank you. What a terrible life. I hate capitalism. So angry.
It took her 3 days to respond to this? Oh
this is hell. We must destroy America and capitalism.
Bro, this is crazy. Oh, she's getting cooked, bro. This is amazing.
Oh, don't worry. There's a secret, adorable patio that we missed. A luscious green oasis hamlet back here that we happened to miss while we were rage eating our ice cream. Look how beautiful this is. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? We got subscribers in AOC's hometown. Look at this.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Look at this beautiful park.
Oh, yeah,
got American flags here.
Imagine loving America in America. Am I right? Listen, you can't have a Marxist revolution if you say you're coming from this place.
What a patriotic, beautiful town. We got Revolutionary War battles that were fought here. You can see up here, freaking straight out of the Patriot.
Damn.
They even got the axe. And the American flags are sponsored by veterans. What a beautiful place.
True. This is crazy.
This is like a paradise.
When I see this, I think about the slums and shooting and how capitalism is bad. Am I right, guys?
An American hamlet. And it's worth noting that AOC didn't just live here as like a little kid or whatever. She was here before she could talk or walk. She was here as an infant. She moved here and then went to high school here. She graduated and went to Boston University.
She lived here through high school. Oh my god. And she's claiming about, and she's arguing about all this shit. Oh my, she has not grown up next to a single illegal immigrant. Okay? Not one. This is wild.
Prestigious university. Then she decided.
This is a gated fucking community. Nah, dude, that's crazy.
That she was gonna sign up for communist central casting. Makes you wonder.
It's all a grift. It's all a grift. Champagne socialist. Just like all of these motherfuckers. Did you know that Hasan Piker's father is a billionaire from Turkey? A billionaire, influential politician from Turkey. And his uncle runs one of the largest leftist news broadcasting companies in America. Okay? That's Hasan Piker, the guy that's fighting for the poor, right? They're all like this. Every single one of them are like this.
Yorktown police. Nice. Look at that. Not defunded there.
Damn.
You ever seen a Starbucks like this? This is beautiful. Amazing thing just happened. Firefighter comes up to us and says, I know AOC. I knew her.
Oh shit!
From high school.
Oh shit! You can't launder your reputation if everyone in this town knows you as the gigantic failure that you are.
And she was mean. She was like a bully. Of course she's from here. She was raised here. Everybody knew her. Everybody knows her. And he doesn't know what the hell happened to her. He said she was like hanging out in his house all the time. What happened? What happened? Who hurt you? AOC, who hurt you?
It's a grift. It's a grift. She felt like that's the correct possible maneuver to take over the country, and she tried to take over the country from the inside.
Maybe he was her boyfriend. Welcome to the beautiful Yorktown stage, where AOC learned to be a theater kid. Came in handy later in life, having to sell you a life of oppression, right? They got Jekyll and Hyde coming up in September, based on AOC.
Damn, bro.
Nothing says true oppression like growing up next to a massive pickleball court at scale. Okay, gotta shut this place down.
This
Rumor
is
has it this is where AOC
diabolical.
really found herself, really got in touch with her roots. The Mexican.
Stop. Bro, stop. Oh, no. She must be the most hated character in this entire town. This town thinks of her like Gotham thinks of the Joker for sure.
Tequila bar in this beautiful, clean, happy, safe town.
After a very pleasant afternoon in Yorktown Heights,
Bro.
we realized we must be missing something. Time to head over to AOC's childhood home.
This is a level of hating that I respect so much. Oh my god, dude. He pulled up to her house. No!
It's AOC's hood.
Oh my god. The final boss of unemployment. That's
You
crazy.
might get a untrimmed hedge here and there. A lawn gnome might jump out at you. This is AOC's street that she grew up on.
In fact, AOC's childhood home is appraised at close to $500,000 right now. And across the street, a Trump yard sign.
Oh, imagine waking up, looking out of your window, and you see a Trump yard sign. God.
2024. Really? It's AOC's house.
We were even able to speak with some of AOC neighbors that remember her all the way back to when she moved into the house as a little girl. Boy, did we hear some stories. What an incredible...
Bro, that's crazy. Oh, dude, AOC must have watched this video and go on suicide watch immediately. Like, she called the LGBT suicide hotline the moment she finished this shit.
Place to be from. And while we were filming our outro for this video, a man honked his horn and jumped out of his car wearing a MAGA hat. And guess what? He's a subscriber and he knows AOC.
Damn!
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. And AOC obviously was a resident and went to the high school that I went to as well. So
For a long time. She was here for for close to 20 years.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone knows that in this town.
People around.
Oh my god, dude!
And you're like, Trump?
Absolutely, they do. A lot of people are quiet about it because they're afraid to lose friends, but I'm not afraid to lose friends for what's right. Absolutely.
What's your message to President Trump?
Oh, we love you. Just keep going. Finish the job. Go for the Federal Reserve, baby.
Damn.
Come on.
Maybe you can explain. This seems, we've been here for 2 hours. We've been walking around. It's beautiful. It's patriotic. There's like American flags on every street. How could you become such a dirty communist growing up here?
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, maybe it's a duck.
How's it possible?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's fake. I think
Oh shit! It's all for the grift. It's absolutely all for the grift.
the mainstream media paints a different story than what if you interview anyone who's on the street here, I don't think those values are present at all.
Yeah. There's not a lot of communists here.
No, absolutely not. It's fake. Fake news. He's been saying it since 17, man. That's it.
Identity politics is the foundation
What the fuck am I looking at? What is this? There's no way they published this themselves.
of left-wing coded ideology. Demanding that the world accept your identity is paramount. So why is AOC ashamed of her identity, of where she
Tax the rich. Oh my god. She wore a tax the rich dress.
came from?
And we asked, what does it mean to be two working class women showing up to the Met?
She never talks about Yorktown Heights, and I can't figure it out. Be true to
But you don't understand. A big thing in Democrat leftist politics is not just saying that your identity matters. It's saying that your identity could be whatever you claim your identity is. That's another big part of leftist politics. Like, this is wild. It is insane.
to yourself. Come out of the closet and embrace your white, leafy, suburban roots. Set an example for all these little kids
The fake handcuffs.
living in safe, peaceful, low-crime, clean communities like the one you come from. We see you. You matter. Your identity is respected. AOC, you could literally save lives, or at least a couple of science projects.
But to do that, AOC would have to admit that her entire political life, she's been fighting against herself. And that,
damn, bro,
would be the toughest battle of all.
This video is crazy, man. And that's the Bronx. All right, so AOC responded. I wanted to get the entire... That's crazy, bro. All right, so AOC responds. All right, so lock in because it gets worse somehow.
Growing up between the Bronx and Yorktown deeply shaped my views of inequality, and it's a big reason I believe the things I do today.
Right. Understandable.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Man, we pulled a number on AOC this weekend and went viral and got on trending and everything because we exposed her for the fraud that she is. But you may well be asking, why do you care so much about this member of Congress? I mean, she doesn't even know.
She's running for president. She's running for president. I don't want a communist as a president. Sorry.
How to use a garbage disposal.
Wait, this DC apartment is bougie and it has things I've never seen before. Like, what is a garbage disposal really for? Is it better or worse than throwing something in the garbage? More importantly, why is it so loud and yelling at me? I can't believe she actually posted this, man.
Oh, this is a real video.
This is a garbage disposal.
Oh my fucking god, you unbelievable LARPer! You unbelievable LARPer! You know what a garbage disposal is! God damn it, man! Dude, you had maids! There's no way you did not have a maid growing up. It's despicable.
It's real.
I've never seen a garbage disposal. I never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what it's terrifying or what its purpose is. Like food scraps? Like, is this environmentally sound? I don't know.
Oh my god! You are such a fake bitch! There is no part about her that's real, aside from the fact that she was almost killed and then raped on January 6th. That part might be true. But the rest? Come on, dude! What is happening? You know, honestly, she's even worse than a communist. She's a retard.
So why care so very much about the third-term congresswoman from the Bronx? Obviously, a place that is perfectly happy having this low IQ communist represent them. They got other problems. Trust me, I was just there.
Dude, I'm telling you, people need to realize that you can make something so wonderful out of your life in America. Unlike any other country in the world, you can really do something with yourself here. And if you are cheering on communists like AOC and like all these other retards, then you are sacrificing everything. You are buying into the victimhood machine where you believe that all your problems are because of the rich. And she is the rich.
Why does it matter so much? Well, a couple of things. First off, AOC is near the very tippy top for who the Democrat Party wants to run their party in the 2028 presidential polling. This may come as a shock to you, but not if you're paying attention. The party has swung wildly in the direction of AOC's radicalism. In fact, AOC is a massive, massive advantage on Chuck Schumer.
Palestinian Chuck Schumer. He's Palestinian.
He's the Senate leader. Of course, he's represented New York for as long as I've been alive. And AOC is here ready to take him out if she were to run against him. He's also set.
Yeah, if she runs against Vance, she's getting fucking annihilated, by the way. Like, you don't understand. If she runs against Vance, she's going to be obliterated. You don't understand. You don't understand how diabolical, how absolutely diabolical Vance's campaign is going to be. I don't think people even begin to understand how successful Vance is going to be. You know the Vance memes that everyone complains about? There was like that whole fake news shit, like that whole fake news garbage about Vance with that someone came into the country and got arrested and deported because they had a Vance meme on their phone that has no evidence behind that story, by the way. It's just a story that people ran, even though there was no evidence behind it. Dude.
What in the South Park is happening in America?
So if you look at like any video that covers this topic, I was thinking of making a video covering it, but it's such a like nothing burger fake news story, talking about how you know, someone had a Vance meme on their phone and then left. But if you look at the comment sections, look at the comment sections, bro. Just look, okay? Look at the comment section and sing with me, brother. We shouldn't turn a blind eye to this. I am not going to lose my hair over this whole picture thing. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. There is a perfectly black and white explanation to all of this. It is not because of the meme. He never told the pilot thank you. No one should ever use their profile pic so unseriously. Having changed my profile pic in over a decade, but it's for a good cause. Not gonna lie, this seems like a hairy situation. Not funny, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? This shit is going to go viral as balls, and the comment sections are like that on every single video talking about Vance. Look at this.
It's gonna be 8.5 probably. Wait, look at all the profile pictures.
It would be a real shame if everyone had this terrible photo as their profile picture.
Guys, this is getting dark. We really need to lighten up.
This whole situation got turned upside down.
This is not a laughing matter.
And the media has really twisted this story sideways.
This whole situation is so alien to me.
We need to take a very close look at ourselves as a nation.
Guys, we gotta take this seriously. Did you see how red he was last time he thought about this?
Guys, we should take a step back and objectively analyze the situation.
As a Norwegian woman, I would never use that picture on my profile.
Guys, do not post this, I can hear you.
Truly is
no point!
Our nation's history.
This thing demands our full attention. We should not give our backs to this.
Guys, I think we should stop and look at this from a different angle.
We really should keep an eye out for that kind of behavior.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is they don't realize what's coming. A storm is coming for them. Trump was the content president, but Vance will be the meme president.
To be elected or not in 2028. So AOC could make that tact and that turn. AOC knows she's quickly entering a bluff phase, and so she's got to act now, right? Well, you still got the spice. You still got the hate. The point is that AOC is a ripe political target because she is the center of power in the Democrat Party.
Unironically, she is. She actually is, and that's as scary as that sounds. It's true.
These polls prove it. President Trump, of course, never one to miss a target, says stupid AOC, one of the dumbest people in Congress, now calling for my impeachment, despite the fact that crooked and corrupt Democrats have done that twice before. The reason her rantings is the victories for the United States under the Trump administration. Democrats aren't used to winning. She can't stand the concept of a country being successful again. When we examine her test scores, we will find out that she's not qualified for office. She's seriously a low IQ individual. This caused AOC to clap back at Trump and to say, a Bronx girl like me will eat a Queens boy like you for breakfast. That's right. Don't take your anger out of me. I'm just a silly girl. What is wrong with her?
No, for real. And she is literally marketing herself to the worst people in the country. All the worst people in the country think she's a genius and a hero. That's the craziest part. The most diabolical part about this is that retards could vote. That's the problem, man.
Anyway, this whole like Bronx girl shtick, it's just getting so old.
Yep.
And those who know she's
anymore.
not from the Bronx. If you're a Bronx girl, then why are you in my Yorktown yearbook?
Maybe it's because crime is so high in the Bronx, she literally just broke into your gated community.
Give it up already, says Matt Slater. This is very interesting. Here's the photo, ladies and gentlemen, of AOC in the yearbook.
Look at that. Oh, no.
Yorktown yearbook.
What a grift. Holy grift.
What's a Yorktown? Yorktown is, of course, the leafy, clean, safe, beautiful suburb that's like an hour outside of the Bronx, way upstate in Westchester County, where all the rich people live. That's where AOC is actually from. That's where she graduated high school. That's also where she went to preschool, elementary school, middle school.
No, dude.
AOC's been there since she was an infant.
Yes, sir.
AOC grew up in Yorktown Heights, a $180 cab ride from the Bronx.
Oh, shit.
She spent as much time in the hood as Elizabeth Warren spent at the Battle of Lickle. So this is my entire timeline was calling this fraud out. Now, of course, we've known about this fraud for a long time, but I've never been able to do anything about it. Now, we finally did. We just decided, let's let her rip. Let's go up to Yorktown Heights.
Dude, the man went to Yorktown. That's fucking crazy.
And just see this place. I'd never been there. AOC's been doing a lot of yapping this week. Bust out the old I'm a Bronx girl shtick. Even attacked Trump for being from Queens. Weird thing is AOC is not from the Bronx. Should I expose the leafy, safe, clean little hamlet where AOC is actually from?
That is crazy.
Seemed to agree with that. So he went and did it. Went viral. It's been seen by millions. And it got nearly 100,000 likes on YouTube. Over here on X, it's done millions of views. Let's go ahead and check in. 6.2.
God damn!
2 million views. There you go. AOC built a political brand on being
This went super viral! Oh my lord, she's getting so fucking annihilated.
Is that true? No, it's a lie. I traveled to AOC's hometown to investigate. If you'd like to watch that investigation, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description. There's the link. But it's very interesting to me how viral this went. Americans really wanted to hear this story.
Absolutely.
It's weird how the global media, who's all based in New York, let this obvious lie sit right in front of their faces.
It's almost like the global media literally is trying to push an agenda, and they do not give a flying fuck about the truth. And it's never been about the truth, and it's always been about the propaganda.
Guess this is what independent media is for. Thank you very much.
Dude, I fucking love independent media, man. Like, you get some retards, don't worry. There are absolutely some retards out there. Don't get me wrong. You got retards everywhere. Retards on the right, retards on the left. Don't worry. We get them. Everyone has them. But I will take that over the fucking established shitting down your throat constantly with literal propaganda.
Very much for supporting us. Now, Once we dropped that, my entire timeline was flooded with people calling AOC a carpetbagging fraud with undeniable receipts. But AOC didn't chirp once about it. We actually shut the yapper of AOC.
She had nothing to say.
Of the site ever. No yapping, radio silent. That's a world record. Working class stolen valor attack really destroyed AOC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the attacks were ratcheting up on AOC, here you go. AOC's previous home in Yorktown Heights is now valued at over $500,000.
Nice.
Homes in the nearby range from $600,000 to $800,000.
Bro, she grew up here and she's yelling about Bronx communism. You grew up here. This is the dream. Oh, my
AOC is
Lord.
not a Bronx girl. She is privileged. AOC responded to this by saying,
let's go, dude. She responds. I'm ready.
I'm proud of how I grew up.
Of course you are.
And I talk about it all the time.
Do you?
My mom cleaned houses and helped me.
I can't believe she's doing this. I can't believe this is reality, bro. I can't believe this is reality, man. My mom cleaned houses. And so did I.
With SAT prep, you lady, you went to Boston University. Growing up between the Bronx and Yorktown deeply shaped my views of inequality. It's a big reason I believe in the things I do today, says AOC.
Inequality? Wait, stop. The Bronx is literally more expensive than Yorktown. All right? I'm going to destroy all of your mindsets. I'm going to introduce you to something. The Bronx is incredibly unsafe, but it is expensive as fuck because it's very central to New York City. Therefore, it is much more, real estate-wise, it is much more expensive than even a place like Yorktown, which is a beautiful community in Rochester. Like, you are literally arguing for the unsafe neighborhood that's more expensive. You know that? You know that this is what's happening? Like, I love how all the communists, they literally go and they preach to people that live in communities that are expensive and dirty and packed and full. But what she could actually be advocating for is for other people to leave. Tell people to move. Move to Westchester, Rochester. Even if you want to stay in New York State is beautiful. There are so many gorgeous places in New York State that are so much more affordable and so much safer than the Bronx. But instead of actually advocating for that, you want people to be packed like rats in the Bronx. You want crime to increase. You want it to look like there's this crazy rich-poor divide constantly, just so you could push communism down their throats.
This is her, like, obviously this.
And to be fair, there is a rich-poor divide, but you're the rich. You're the manipulative bitch that is literally the rich in this scenario. What are we talking about?
Too many exclamation points in this. This is her, like, very weak-ass response that was clearly written by a publicist. She hasn't responded since. She hasn't responded to our report.
Damn.
Leading to headlines like this. AOC has dismantled her Bronx girl tough talk with one old yearbook photo.
True.
A couple things. If she's proud about how she grew up, why doesn't she talk about it?
Because she is proud that she grew up to be rich and pampered, but she's not very happy that she will not be able to use that to manipulate her people.
All you can find is her saying, I'm a Bronx girl, I'm a Bronx girl, I'm a Bronx girl, time and time and time and time again. We have a whole sequence of it in our video. That's all she ever says. She's a Bronx girl. In one particularly egregious video, she says, I grew up first generation in the Bronx. She didn't grow up in the Bronx at all. It's all a lie.
Damn.
She grew up in this leafy, beautiful neighborhood in what is now a $500,000 house. Okay. She grew up between the Bronx and Yorktown. No, you didn't. You're going to have to prove that. You have any photos? You have anything to prove that you were in the Bronx at all? No, she doesn't.
Crazy.
Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, how do you even grow up between the Bronx and Yorktown? Are her parents, like, divorced and she spent weekends in the Bronx or something? Like, what are we even talking about? How do you grow up between them when you're literally in your entire school life is in Yorktown and your house is in Yorktown?
She has nothing. In fact, it's the opposite. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez won a prestigious science fair prize for research involving free radicals. Would you look at that? Look at her.
Beautiful.
It's Sandy, as she went by at
oh my
at
God.
her beautiful, rich, and prestigious high school. I'm not the one who's lying here. What I'm trying to tell you is that these people are frauds and that Kamala Harris lied about working at McDonald's, and it's going to be the same thing. It's working class stolen valor.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it is. It's working class stolen valor. 100%. It's her making believe that she grew up poor just like all of you and she's fighting for you, but she's not. She's fighting for herself and her clout, and she wants you to live in shit, and she wants to destroy the economy so that she could prove herself right. It is a gigantic evil grift.
Why these people, they hate themselves. It's all about self-loathing.
I don't even think it's self-loathing. I think it's greed and the grift. I do. I don't think she hates herself.
Who preach constantly to you about identity, who lecture and moralize to you about how important identity is, your immutable qualities. They can't stand themselves when they look in the mirror. And it's really a pathology. It's very sad, frankly. But they're all liars. They're all liars. That's why we're really happy that President Trump has endorsed AOC for president. Here we go. Donald Trump saying that he wants AOC and Jasmine Crockett to run on a
yes, I do too.
President in 2028.
I agree.
Very good. Very good.
I agree. I would love that. I would love that. Jasmine Crockett and AOC running for president. Oh, that would be incredible. That would literally be the two retards fighting that anyone ever wanted. Bro, holy shit.
Why does this happen? I'm not sure.
The actual retard ticket.
Sure. But it's exciting. It's like our great honor to call it out and to show people what an absolute fraud that AOC is. It's been a lot of fun, and honestly, like now tens of millions of more people like understand what a liar she is. But why lie about something like this? Well, you know why.
Of course.
Doesn't fit the narrative, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's all about the grip.
You can't say I grew up rich or that I grew up without some type of like horrible origin story.
Literally, these are like they're Batman villains. They're actual Batman villains, bro.
The social justice warrior won't allow you to. That's a shame. It really is, because Yorktown Heights is a beautiful, beautiful little place. So whatever, AOC, everybody now knows you're a fraud. Enjoy the fries.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Oh my God. So yeah, this was beautiful. This was glorious. I'm really happy we got to do this. What a fantastic. God damn. Dude, this fucking Trump tweet, literally, that's beautiful. I need this on, like, my wallpaper. It's so nice. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I enjoyed. I hope you did, too. This was fantastic. There's lots of grifters out there, absolutely, and I think AOC is one of the chief grifters. You want me to tell you the biggest red flag in American politics? If you're a communist and your life was made because you're in an American wonderful capitalist society and you are deciding to dedicate your life to run as a communist activist, you are a fucking fraud grifter, and there is no exception to this rule. Thanks so much for being here. Remember the Nux Doctrine. The retards will find out. We call them retards when we can. I'll of course link Benny Johnson in the description. That was actual masterclass in fucking hatred. I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you in the next one, gamers. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.